just want to see. Look, happy we're getting the players in, the three guys. I think we're doing our business early, which is great, Paul, and I think that's something I've learned as well. But I'm still thinking we're missing a trick by getting Scottish players in that know the league inside out. And what do you think about that? What does Mark and Barry think about that? Do you think that's something we still need to work on as well?
Well, let's hear what the manager said first about the signings so far.
Yeah, I think general it was a good week for us. We signed 3 players all in all today with Andy. The next one, he gives us experience one. He gives us a different profile on the right side with the left foot. He can score. No, all in all, I'm very happy. I'm proud what we do at the moment, but we have to be on front foot. We cannot do less. We have to be more and more. We are hungry. All in all, you feel it at the moment. There's big confidence back. There's proud back. But for this, we have to work hard that we continue like this in the next couple of weeks. And on Monday we start in a busy time.
Barry, will there be Scottish signings coming in?
Yeah, listen, I'm confident that they will look at the Scottish market. There's no doubt. If they believe the club that player can make a difference to the squad, then no doubt in my mind they will sign Scottish-based players.
Would it be any of the players that you had on the slate for the summer during the Thelwell months? In other words,
no, they're all
too late now.
Yeah,
Josh Mulligan, all that gone. Penrice?
No, he's in Athens. He's doing really well over there. I don't know what he signed, a 3 or 4 year contract. So, I mean, if you try to get him, you would be talking millions now.
Yeah.
I know they signed him for just over I think it was about £1.6 million. So, look, it is an area that closer to home. It comes up for debate quite a lot, but I'm more than positive that if they believe that there's a player that can certainly strengthen the squad, the Rangers will try and do it.
Mark, your thoughts on Rangers?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any form of snobbery with Danny Rowe. He doesn't come across that way. So if players are good enough, then I'm sure. Do you have anyone in mind, Paul? Do you have anyone in particular that you'd like to see Rangers go for, whether it be in this window or whether it be in the summer?
I thought the guy, is it David Watson, Mark?
Yeah, Kilmarnock, yeah.
A young guy, I think you'd be a good shout.
Yep, I agree. I like David Watson, yeah.
I like him. I just think that wee blend of Scottish players coming through and with your Scoff Olsons and that, I think going back to the 90s and the early 2000s under Dick Advocaat, I quite like that mix, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, the league and everything else, Mark.
No, I think, David Watson, that boy of that kind of ilk, young Scottish, knows the game. I love his energy, I love his enthusiasm. He's got a great desire to win, and when he scores, he's not been in the score sheet too often this season, but certainly in the previous couple of seasons they were always belters. He scored a few cracking goals
from distance sometimes.
Yeah, and yeah. I think he's out of contract at the end of the season.
Look, I don't think you sign him for the sake of signing him. They have to be good players, and they have to. The manager needs to think that they can go and make a difference to the squad. There is, as I said to you, Paul, there's always players up here that I believe that they can do a job. That's one, Dave Watson, who every time I've watched Kilmarnock, I'm sure Terry and Dodgy will not be happy with me saying this, but he's a good young player. And there's a few more. Do you know who I've liked? The boy at Dundee, the centre half, Luke Graham.
Yeah.
He keeps impressing me every time I see him. So I think it's important, and I think Rangers know that it's important to, if you're not producing many, there's also clubs that have good young players who are playing first team football, who are getting that experience week in, week out. And I'm sure Mark made a good point there about Danny Rowe. I don't think he's ignorant in that way. If he thinks somebody will do a job for him, he wouldn't bother.